Alright, greetings wherever you are. I trust this finds you in a great mood, and welcome to TSM and Project G8. And today we are going to talk about skill number 4, how to do a one-on-one presentation. Okay, so a one-on-one presentation involves doing a presentation to your prospect. You need to be brief, you need to be direct to the point, and you need to be able to clear the complete presentation in about 30 to 40 minutes on average. Okay, so depending with what you guys talk, depending with how fast your prospect takes in the knowledge, or rather how fast they understand things and all that, you should be cleared with everything within a period of 30 to 40 minutes. Okay, so some of the tools that you need during a one-on-one presentation is, number one, you need a presentation guide. A presentation guide can be printed, or it can be inside your smartphone or your tablet or on your laptop. The second thing you need is a book for circle. Book for circles. We like using a spiral book. This one is very good because you can tear some information and give it to your prospect so that they can go home with it. And then you also need a good pen that you can use to write, or rather to elaborate anything that you want to elaborate on a piece of paper. And then you need evidence, or bank statements, or access to a dashboard. So evidence here is basically, does the business work? This one is just to show if the business is working. You do not really need very big bank statements or anything big, but you just need to show that the business is actually working. And then it can also be bank statement, it can be a dashboard, a live dashboard where you log in into the DTC so that they are able to see how someone logs in. And then you can also show them other photos of that part of the evidence is other photos of other people who are also succeeding with the business and their dashboards. Okay, and then also to be in a good dress code, and you also need to have a positive attitude. Positive attitude simply means you are someone who is, you understand what you are doing, and you're showing that positive energy. Okay, you're happy about the opportunity, you have good expectations about the opportunity and the success that is coming in the future and things like that. Dress code also speaks a lot. You need to dress decently so that the person who is even coming to meet you can be able to have that respect for you. Okay, so you understand it is human nature to respect you, or rather to grade you based on how you look like. That is how it is. Okay, all right. Now, when you start the one-on-one, these are some of the things that you need to talk about. So I will go ahead and read what is here, and then I will do a presentation as if I'm talking to someone. Okay, so when did the company started, when it came to Africa, when it came to your country, how many other countries does it exist, and other supportive information. So these are I usually go. Our company started in the year 2006 March, and in the Philippines, and it was brought to Africa through Nigeria in the year 2012, and then it came to Uganda in the year 2015, and then it came to Kenya in the year 2016. Okay, we are also available in more than 20 countries and expanding globally, and there's a business that has been able to change people in a great way. So that is something like that. That is how you do it. Okay, actually, one of the ways of learning how to do this one-on-one is when you go to our online presentation, the one that I created, the ED 2.0 3.0 combined, or rather the presentation for your country. You listen to it over and over and over again until you master it, until you grab everything on your fingertips. And then now from there, when you're going to do the presentation, you will know what to say and what to filter. That makes it very easy for you to be able to learn on how to do this presentation. Okay, so for the company profile, those are some of the things you talk about. And then after doing that, I like asking my prospects, can we move ahead? Is this up to this point, are we clear? And then if they tell me yes, we move ahead. That is how I like doing it. Okay, and then I come to the products. When I come to the products, I like talking about C24/7. I tell them that this is one of the most important products that we have, so our flagship product. So I take a little bit of more time explaining it just on the top. Don't go into too much details about the science used to make the supplement and things like that. No, you just talk about it briefly. It gives you cellular immunity, cellular protection, and things like that. It has over 140 food components. There are two types to this. We have the C24/7, and then we have the complete phytoenergizer. What it does, it cleanses your body and things like that. And then you need to take on average 1x1. And then if you're sick, you have this other condition, the dosage can range from 1x1 up to around 3x3, depending on which condition you have. That one is good enough. Okay, so now here, when you're talking about the products, you need to talk about the partners that manufacture our products. We usually have Nature's Way, we have DSM Bright Science, Bright Living, and then you also have Wider Nutrition we have the Weda Nutrition, okay? So you talk about them. Weda is actually located in Wisconsin, USA. DSM is from the European Union. Nature's Way is located in Wisconsin, USA. DSM is in the European Union, and then Weda is in the USA. So we briefly talk about each of the products with more emphasis to C24/7, just as I said. And then, if possible, show a few testimonies of recovery based on the use of our supplements, based on how people have been able to succeed. So what I like doing here, I like telling them that we have people that we have managed, or rather we have people that we have helped recover with these supplements, and I'll be showing you the photos of these people at the end of the presentation so that we complete the presentation fast. That is what I like doing. And of course, we have different people we have helped. I've dealt with people with HIV/AIDS, I've dealt with people with cancer, breast cancer, cervical cancer, diabetes, hypertension, fibroids, strokes. I've dealt with people with asthma, I've dealt with people with stomach ulcers, people who are having issues to deal with the prostate problems. So many conditions I've dealt with them. So you will show these photos at the end of the presentation so that they can be able to understand everything. Now, after you have done with the products, you move to the next step where you now talk about the pay plan, okay? So you come to the pay plan, and during the pay plan, some of the most important things you have to mention is, you have to mention that we have up to 8 ways of making money, and then you have to mention that we have the most common ways of making money is direct referral, retailing, and then you have the binary. We have retailing is where you sell our supplements, and then you have the binary. And the binary is where now we have the direct referral bonus and the matching bonus, okay? And then at this point, you also have to explain what does it take for someone to join the business. Capital is needed. And what does this capital give you? You have to mention that the capital is one-time payment. You get to join the business, you pay the capital once, and you're good to go. And then you also have to mention that this capital gives you a business data tracking center, or rather your back office for the business, and also gives you a package of our products. Okay, and then you also have to mention that once you have been registered, you are exposed to an international business with this plan, which means you can be able to build this business in any country. That means you are not supposed to limit yourself to only one country. You can grow this business anywhere. And then another thing you mention is that the business plan can be passed to your next of kin. That means if you work on the business, you become a millionaire because of this, and let's say, God forbid, you die, maybe let's say your end days have arrived and you are no more, you can pass this business to your next of kin. Those are things you need to mention. And then another thing you need to mention is that our pay plan is what you call hybrid interload. It means one of the ways of making money is connected to the other way of making money. So if you unlock one of the ways of making money, one or two or three ways of making money, it means you will automatically unlock the rest of the ways of making money. So that makes it very easy for you to succeed, okay? So after highlighting all those things, and I also need to highlight that we earn through bank and the business is legit, so that they understand, some people, even if you're feeding them the right food into their mouths, they still think that you want to poison them, okay? So that is their nature. So you have to emphasize on these things so that they get it. And then you ask them, now, can we proceed to the pay plan? If they have a question, they ask so that you clear it there and then, so that they don't forget about the question, okay? So that is what I usually do now. When you come to the pay plan, now you start talking about the first way of making money. I like talking about the first way of making money, that is retailing, and then the second one, that is binary. And binary split into two. Binary has match sales bonus, and it also has direct referral bonus. And then I brush through the other remaining ways of making money, and we clear the presentation. That is why my presentation can take about 20 minutes to 30 minutes more often, because I'm used to that short period of compressing everything. And then I help them just understand how it goes, okay? And then from there, I tell them, now, during your free time, you're going to revise the whole plan. And this is the presentation we have online on YouTube, so that they are able to understand how everything goes. Or I tell them, I'll send you a recorded version of the whole plan, so that now you can get the details and you can be able to review as many times as you want, okay? So this gives them when you do this, subconsciously they understand that this one doesn't take long to present the business opportunity. But during my first days to do this business presentation, I took 2 hours until the person got impatient, got tired, okay? So that is how we learn. For me, I didn't know how to do the presentation. I didn't know that you're supposed to be brief and short. And then with time, I kept on learning. Some people are telling me you need to finish faster because I have to go somewhere. And that is when I used to learn that the presentation needs to be brief. Because also, the mind of someone, these days, people do not know how to concentrate. So their minds take very short period of time before their mind gets exhausted and tired. So that is one thing you need to learn. That is why we say the presentation should be around 30 to 40 minutes. For me, I usually do it within 20 to 30 minutes because I'm so used to it, okay? So those are the things that you need to remember. So now, what do you talk about here? You talk about retailing, and you have to mention that retailing is optional. Okay, you have to mention that retailing is optional. Nobody's going to force you to retail anything. And then you also have to mention that when you join the business, let's use the Kenyan package. When you join the business with the Kenyan package of, let's say, 27,000 Kenyan shillings, whatever you retail, it has a value of about 38,000. So you have started with 27,000, but if you retail everything, you can regain up to 38,000 Kenyan shillings, more or less. And if you get started with the ED 3.0 package of 39,000 Kenyan shillings, you are able to retail up to around 48,000 Kenyan shillings, which means up to around 47, which means you get what you call value for money. So the money you put into the business, whatever you get back from the business itself has a bigger value than what you started with. That is now one of the things that makes our business more legit. Okay, so the next thing you have to talk about is that you can create a customer base with our supplements. You can create a customer base with our supplements, and that is why I usually elaborate that if one box of C24/7, you get it at a SRP or other standard retail price of 3,800, and it has a standard retail price of 3,800 and a standard and a distributor price of 2,850. It gives you a profit of 950. If you have 10 people buying it every single month, that is 9,500 Kenyan shillings tax free. If you have 100 people buying it every month, that is 95,000 Kenyan shillings tax free. Okay, so this one is very powerful. You can be able to generate income through retailing. You have to tell them that. The next thing here is that you have to show each product and the profits attached. So here we usually use what you call the price list. Our price list has different products, and these products, they have a different price attached to them, and they have different profit margins. Okay, so this one I usually tell them you will get more information about this in the technical training, or rather, if you want, I can send you the price list in your WhatsApp after the training. That is what I usually do. And then you have to talk about the selling point here is that there are no quotas. Okay, the selling point here is that there are no quotas. No quota simply means that our company does not give you a target for you to achieve, for you to be able to earn. Other companies, they tell you this month, if you don't sell 10 boxes of this, you're not going to earn. In our company, we don't have that. That is why retailing is purely optional. Okay, so retailing is purely optional because we do not have quotas in our company. Quota simply means you must hit a certain target for you to earn. You must sell a certain number of products of this and that for you to earn. We don't have that in our company. Okay, so make sure you explain that and you emphasize on that. The next thing is that you explain that this is one of the major differences between Alliance in Motion Global and other companies. The fact that we don't have quotas and the fact that we have retailing as an option. Why do we have retailing as an option in our company? Is because not everybody who comes to Alliance in Motion Global can be able to sell, can be able to retail. Some people come into this company and they are too busy. We have pilots, we have professionals, we have commanders in the armed force. We have people who are working in the government. We have lawyers, and these people, they cannot find time to retail. Okay, so that is why we have it as an option. However, you get that once in a while, these people, they can get someone who wants to buy something from the company. So that is how we get to work on the retail sales. Okay, now we go to the next thing. Now here you talk about the binary way of making money, and the binary way of making money is split into two. We have the direct referral bonus and we have the match sales bonus. Okay, so we are going to discuss about the direct sponsoring bonus or the direct referral bonus. So here you have to show that you need two business partners to begin building your two business lines. One account is divided into the left and into the right section. So that means you have two sales forces. So you need to build the business based on a 1-to-1 ratio using the binary method. 1-to-1 ratio simply means you only need a minimum average of one person on the left and another average of one person on the right for you to be able to make money. In other companies, they tell you must connect 3 people on the left and 3 people on the right for you to earn. But in our company, we have the lowest binary ratio of 1-to-1, and you're making money. Okay, so if you position one person on the left and another person on the right, you have created your sales force, your two sales force. You have activated them, and you are able to benefit on the binary, and that is how you're able to create on two lines of business partners, or rather two sales forces. Okay, so show how much one is paid for each business partner they connect to our plan. And if you look into our presentations, the presentations that I've made for our team, you'll be able to understand this is what happens when you connect a person. This is what happens in week 1. Let's say week 1 you connect 2 individuals. What happens? Then let's say in week 2 your effort duplicates. In week 3, like that, you're able to see how the income trickles in. Okay, so You have to show how much one is paid for each and every business partner they connect into a plan, and then you have to show with the ED 2.0 and with ED 3.0. Of course, that is now where the spiral book comes in, okay? So that you need to draw with your, tell them if this individual connects here, this is what you make. If this one joins here, this is what you make. If this one joins your business partner, this is what your business partner makes. Make it practical for them so that they can see how it flows, okay? The next thing you need to do is show the spillover. The spillover is basically for those of us who are more aggressive in the business. We do not only want to introduce just 2 people only. We want to do more, because we are looking at the targets that you want to achieve in the next few months. So we are looking at how many of our friends can we bless with this opportunity, and we have that power to share this business to more and more and more friends. So what do? The extra friends, they are going to join under our team as spillover. So you need to elaborate the spillover, that if I have started the business, I already have Anita and Bruno on the left and on the right, and I have somebody like Dorcas, and I want to introduce Dorcas into the business. I can decide to spill over Dorcas under Anita, or Dorcas under Bruno. That means I have extra people who are going to join the business, and since our business is binary in nature, you only have the right and the left force where you can connect your people. If you have already connected Anita on the right, on the left, and Bruno on the right, and you want to bring any other extra person, you can decide to bring this extra person under Anita, or this extra person under Bruno. And since I'm the one who brings the extra person, I'm the one who makes the direct referral bonus. And this simply means I am supporting Bruno to be able to grow and supporting Anita to be able to grow. So if under Bruno I have brought a spillover, it means Bruno is going to build only on one side of his account. And that means we are growing as a team. So the spillover helps your team be able to grow much, much faster. It supports your team to be able to succeed. And it reduces the efforts, or rather the work that your team is supposed to undergo for them to start creating income. So that is what basically happens. And you have to remind them that the person who brings the guy, or the person who brings a spillover, is the one who earns the direct referral bonus. So if I'm the one who has brought 10 people, I get to earn 10 direct referral bonuses. That is how it works, okay? So you have to show the spillover properly until they understand. And then the next thing is, what you usually do to make sure they understand, you ask them, have you understood this? Can we move ahead, or can we repeat? If they tell you move ahead, it means they have already grasped the concept, okay? So that is how you do it. And now, the selling point here is, one only builds with 2 lines of people, left and right, okay? The second selling point here is the spillover system brings in support system and brings in the teamwork concept. And this also means the other selling point is, the earlier you get started, the earlier you get to benefit from the spillover. That is how it is, okay? So if you want to benefit from the business earlier, of course people are going to join this business whether you like it or not. Some people fail to join this business because they're scared that if I join, I'm not going to get people. Yet others started earlier and they have already received the spillover support. So that is the selling point. You also have to emphasize on that those who get connected into the business earlier, they get spillovers much, much earlier, and that is how they are able to succeed with the business, okay? Now, we have the plan. Now, here the plan is where now you're going to talk about the binary way of making money, okay? So, when you're talking about the plan, of course, you've mentioned about the first 3 ways of making money, that is direct connecting bonus, matching bonus, and then you've also talked about retailing, and then you emphasize on the rest of the things, okay? So, you have to emphasize that retailing is optional. You have to emphasize that one is given products that have a bigger worth than the capital they used to start the business. You also have to explain that the other remaining ways of earning will be briefly talked about in the other way in the technical training. You have to emphasize that the capital is only one-time payment. You do not pay today and then you pay the next month or after every week. No. Capital, once you have paid, you're good to go. You have to emphasize on the long-term vision of building the business and emphasize on the teamwork that unlocks huge income, okay, with the business, okay? Now, when you're talking about these things, when you're presenting the business opportunity, you keep on touching on those things that I've talked about. The plan, the things that you need to keep on emphasizing on. You keep on mentioning them from time to time, okay? Now, let's talk now about the March sales bonus. And the March sales bonus, now this is basically now the binary part, okay? So when you talk about the March sales bonus, you have to mention that the first 2 ways of earning shows the difference between Alliance Emotion Global and other multi-level marketing companies. The third way of earning, that this is where the prospect must see the money. You tell the prospect that now we have reached to a place where most of the money that you're going to make as a new person in the business is going to come from. You have to be neat when you're drawing your circles, okay? You have to draw up to 4 levels deep so that they understand, especially if you're showing 1 account and 2 and 3 accounts and 7 accounts. And then the 15 accounts, since it is usually more complex, you can just draw up to 1 or 2 lines deep, okay? So you have to show how 1 earns with 1 account, how 1 earns with 3 accounts, how 1 earns with 7 accounts, and how 1 earns with 15 accounts. Remember, the more accounts you have, the more money you make. And most of the times here, the prospect starts seeing too much money. And some of them, they start getting confused. And some of them, they start wondering if this is true, okay? So you have to tell them it is very practical. And you tell them that I'm going to prove to you that this is true by showing you how much money people are going to earn, especially those who have many accounts. So you're going to show them the testimonies later on. Put emphasis on the advantages of more accounts. You understand that if you start the business with 1 account, you only make money once. If you start the business with 3 accounts and they are arranged according to the normal way we usually arrange, you get that you're going to make money 2 times. If you have 7 accounts arranged the autopilot method, it simply means that you're going to make money 3 times. You're going to triple your income. And with 15 accounts, it means you're going to quadruple your income. So a person who has 15 accounts doing the same effort as someone who has 1 account, to get that the person with 15 accounts is going to make money 4 times as compared to the person with 1 account using the same effort. Maybe all of them, they have just introduced 1 person who has joined with 1 business account. A person with 15 accounts, according to the Kenyan plan, so in this case, a person with 15 accounts, if he introduces 1 business partner who joins with 1 ED 2.0 account, is going to make up to 21,000. Yet, a person with 1 profit center, or rather 1 account, if this person introduces 1 guy who joins the business with 1 account only, is going to make up to a maximum of 6,600. So that shows you a very big difference of more accounts simply means more money for you, okay? So put more emphasis on the advantages of more accounts. With 3 centers, you can earn double. With 4 centers, with 7 centers, you can earn triple. With 15 accounts, you can quadruple your income and so forth. So make sure they understand that concept, okay? And then now, once you have done with the left and right for 1 account, 3 accounts, 7 accounts, 15 accounts, you now go to other ways of making money. Here we have stair step, we have Unipay, we have Unilevel, we have earning through PMA, that is double PMA and flow back points. We have triple PMA, and then we have earning through movement of packages and the other remaining ways of making money. So here, you show each case without getting into much details, because if you start getting into much details, they become confused, okay? So don't go into too much details. Just tell them that this one here is called Unipay plan. You earn from all the people who are in your team. Let's say your team runs from level 1 up to level 20. Level 1 will have like 2 people. Level 2 will have 4 people. Level 3 will have 8 people. It goes down like that. Up to level 20, the total number of people you'll have in your team is about 2.1 million. If everybody, 2.1 million people in your team, they decide that every month they're going to reorder just 1 box of C24/7, by the end of the month, you have a chance of making up to 55 million Kenyan shillings. In simple terms like that. You go to another way of what we call Unilevel. You tell them Unilevel runs from the first level up to the 10th level. You understand, you have levels. Level 1 has 2 people. Level 2 has 4 people, like that. It goes from level 1 to level 10. You earn 5% of the commission that is gained whenever anybody buys any product. 1 box of C24/7 has 550 Kenyan shillings as the commission value. So if you have 2 people in level 1 who have bought that 1 box of C24/7, it simply means you're going to earn 2 people who have bought it times 550, which is the value, commission of value for 1 box of C24/7, times they are 10% or 5%, according to what shows in the plan. You just explain, you just brush through, okay? So don't get into too much details, since this one, it will be clearly elaborated in the technical training. So the main point of our one-on-one presentation is they have to understand that this is how our business operates. We work on health freedom, financial freedom, time freedom. We work on moving our supplements across our team. Our supplements, you can move them through consumption or through retailing. Retailing is not a must. We have several ways of making money, up to 8 ways of making money. The most important ways of making money is retailing, connecting, and matching sales bonus. The rest of the ways of making money, we'll deal with them somewhere else. So the main concept here is they need to see how the business flows so that they understand what is happening there, okay? The next thing now here is, now after talking about the first way of making money, which is selling, retailing, you've talked about the second way, which is binary of split, direct referral bonus, and matching bonus, and then you brush through the remaining ways of making money. Now you go to the closing point. Closing here is now where you're going to show them statements, you're going to show them how other people have made money, you're going to show them who paid recently and things like that. So you show the statement, okay? Show the dashboard. The purpose of showing the statement or the dashboard is not to necessarily show a lot of money. Of course, you can show a lot of money. It depends with who you're talking to. If you're talking to maybe someone who is just maybe middle class person, you can just show them a few testimonies. If you're talking to someone who is in the first class position in life, these are people who are driving big cars. You need a catch. You need a catch to get them into the business. So you can now bring those big DTCs, which have 1 million in them, 500,000 in them, 700,000 in them. You show them that this is what some other people are making, okay? But it is also, it is still fine to show them all. You can show them there are people who have little money in the business because they have just started, they're just building their team in the beginning. And there are others who are having millions in the DTC because these ones, they have established team. So that they understand that both those who start and those who are in the business will still keep on making money, okay? And then you can also show them some of your DTCs. When you started, when you're making little money, and where you're going when you're making big money, okay? So that one is able to create more sense for them, okay? So that is how it is. Now, show a free testimony from your team, from other countries, from other people, from other different occupations in life. Show them that this is a doctor, this is what he's doing. Show that this is a nurse, this is what he's earning. Show them that this is a teacher, this is what he has been able to earn. I like using my example. I dropped out of university, I didn't complete. I'm a university dropout. This is what I've made. This is how far I've gone. Show them different individuals, old people, young people. Show them even those who are disabled who have joined the business. We have people who have joined our business blind. We have those who do not have, who are we can say they have physical mobility issues. We have people who have joined the business because of different issues and different challenges in life. Show them about those. Tell them that if these people have believed in the business, then anyone else can be able to succeed if they get to join the business. Show them all those things, okay? So that they are able to understand, okay? Now, final tip is, before we move on to the final tip, when it comes to closing, make sure you have organized your photos in your phone very well. There is a way you create folders. I will create a training for that. So you need to create folders in your phone. This folder shows DTCs. These are just people who are DTCs, photos of DTCs showing money. This photo shows people who are joining the business with 1 account, 3 accounts, 7 accounts, 15 accounts, like that. 30 accounts. We even have people who have joined the business with 500 accounts. They go and buy 500 accounts and they connect everybody in their team, or rather everybody in their whatever, in their business. They connect everybody in their family, okay? So that is what usually happens. And this is just to show individuals that the business works, okay? Apart from that, you get that sometimes we have also people who are doing very big orders. You show them those photos. So you have to arrange your photos in your phone according to folders. Show folders of young people who are students who have joined the business, people in the corporate world, doctors, policemen. Show young women. Show people who are outside the country who have joined the business. Show those who are earning. Show kids who have joined the business, who are succeeding in the business because their parents are building the business for them, and things like that. That is how you get to do the closing. Final tip: emphasize on 3 accounts, 7 accounts, and 15 accounts. They are more profitable both to the prospect who is joining the business, both to the sponsor who the prospect is going to join under, and both to the team members, okay? So 15 headers usually bring fellow 15 headers. 3 headers usually bring fellow 3 headers. 7 headers usually bring fellow 7 headers. That is how it is, okay? Ask the closing questions. So these are the questions that you need to ask. Which part of the presentation do you like? Is it the part that explains about the products, or is it the part that explains about the money, or is it the part that explains about how people have been able to buy cars, buy houses, and things like that? When you ask this question, it helps you understand where is the prospect more interested. If the prospect says, I like the products more than I like everything else, it means this is someone who is going to be a retailer. So we have a training that is going to teach them how to become good retailers. If the prospect tells you that I'm more interested in the money making part, it means that this prospect is going to become a networker. So we have a training to help someone who wants to become a networker be able to learn how to build the networking. If the prospect tells you that I'm interested in buying the cars and I've seen how people are buying houses, I want that, it tells you that this is for someone who wants to change their background with the business. They want to do both networking and retailing, okay? And sometimes they might tell you, I want everything. That is how it is, okay? Because now by the time you get that, you are unlocking more and more income into your business. It means you are able to tap into all avenues of income generation with our business. And that simply means you're building on the network, and you're also building on retailing and moving the supplements. And that unlocks all the part of all incomes in our business, okay? So you ask them another question. Is this a business you can do? So they have to tell you that I like this business and this is something I can do. Some of them, they might tell you, I'm very busy, yes, but I believe this is a business I can do. And I usually tell people, if you are able to spare around 10 hours a week, 20 hours a week, 15 hours a week, 30 hours a week, and you start working on the business on part-time, and you keep on growing the business as you work where you are employed, or rather you do other things that you are doing. And then little by little, the business will start growing, it will gain momentum, and it will get to a point it is giving you the same kind of income that you are getting from where you are employed. You keep on building on the business until one day the business will surpass the income you're earning from where you are employed. You can now leave your job and then you come to build a business full time, because now you have income from the business, and this gives you a chance to be able to grow your business much faster. So that is what I usually tell them. Okay, now another question you must ask is, how many accounts do you want to start with? Okay, how many accounts do you want to start the business with? And this is what I usually tell people. Okay, I tell them that if you know you are someone who is too busy, who is too held up, you can start the business with one account. But to give you an added advantage, go for more accounts. Why? Because this is going to increase your chances of making more income with little effort. If you're someone who is employed and you're too busy, don't go for one account. This one is going to take you a very long time for you to succeed. And if you're not someone who has that heart of staying in the business, you might not take the business serious because you're not going to see the results that you might anticipate. So if you're someone who is very busy, go for bigger accounts. If you're someone who is employed, don't go with one account and you say you want to test and see what happens. No, go for more accounts, because more accounts helps you make more income with the same effort. Also, if you're someone who wants to quit your job where you're working so that you can be able to become successful much faster, go for more accounts. Okay, why? More accounts, they quadruple, they triple, they double your income. Number two, if you cannot afford to go for more accounts, just go for one account. We'll just deal with that one like that, and then we'll help you succeed. Okay, next thing is, if you're someone who wants to also be able to retire earlier, go for more accounts. So you ask them, is this a question? How many accounts do you want to start with? If there are people who are busy, I usually recommend them go for at least more than one account. At least go for 2, 4 accounts or 7 accounts. There's a way they are usually arranged. Now, the reason why I like recommending and encouraging people to start with more than one account is that the moment you start with the 2 accounts and above, there is some money you automatically make immediately. And you can use this as a testimony. You tell your friend, you know what? I know the kind of, maybe it is your workmate, or maybe it is someone who is also in a similar situation like you. You tell them, the reason why I joined the business with 2 accounts is because I understood I'm somewhere where I'm too busy. I cannot be able to do the business as free as other people who are free. So I decided to go with the 2 accounts so that I can be able to make something immediately. And you understand the way our African people are. So if I tell someone I started with this amount of money with 2 accounts or 3 accounts or 4 accounts, and I made this amount of money immediately, they are more likely to believe in me, because the evidence is there, it is live, it is seen. That is one of the advantages. The other advantage is it helps you be able to learn how to close people very fast. If you talk to someone and you tell them, I believe in this business, like for me, I like telling people, you know what, I've spent a lot of money joining this business. And they ask me, how many accounts do you have? I tell them I have more than 30 accounts. So the moment someone hears that I have more than 30 accounts, and one account is 39,000 Kenyan shillings or 27,000 Kenyan shillings, they automatically understand that I'm someone who is very serious. Okay, so that one helps me with the closing. The other question you must ask is, when do you want to start? Because you need to know when someone wants to start, so that you see, if this person is going to start in January, maybe let's say January 15th, and you have talked to him today, maybe let's say this is 25th December or 24th December, and there is someone you talked to, maybe let's say on January 1st. Okay, so this person you've talked to him on 25th December, he has said he's going to join 25th January. You have a friend who you've talked to on 1st January. And this friend who is going to join the business, maybe you've talked to this friend A, friend B, whom you've talked to on 1st January, wants to join the business on 15th January. So what do? You go back to the friend whom you talked to earlier on 25th December, and you tell him, you know what, maybe let's call that friend Anita, and the other second friend Bruno. So you go back to Anita, you tell Anita, you remember I shared the business with you on 25th December, and you said you're going to join on 15th January. I have a friend whom I talked to on 1st January, and he wants to join the business on 15th January. Now, I am informing you about this so that we can see if you have been able to collect the capital so that you can join earlier. And then I can give you this friend as a spillover. That is what I usually do. You need to know these dates so that you can understand how are you going to support your person. You might have talked to this person earlier and is planning to join the business at a certain date, and you get that someone whom you introduced to the business a little bit later on wants to join on the same date. So what do you do in this case? You start with the person who learned the business earlier, you position him higher or upper, and then the other guy who learned the business recently, you put him down there so that you can support these people. The person who is joining the business recently and who has taken a short time to join the business, he has more enthusiasm compared to the person who took a long period of time to join the business. That is how it usually is in network marketing. So you need to learn that they need to give you the date when they are joining the business. This helps you be able to organize your team very well. Okay. So the next question is, you ask this person, how much money do you want to earn in your first 3 months, or rather in your first 6 months? And you have to tell this person, you have to give me a realistic figure. You cannot join the business. Sometimes some people you see, they see too much money and they say, for me, I want to make 2 million in the first 6 months. That is not practical. And you hear them saying, I want to join with one account. It does not work like that. Okay. So you have to tell this person, how much money do you want to make in your first 6 months? Okay. Considering the fact that one person, if you have one account, 2 people will give you 8,000 Kenyan shillings. If you have 3 accounts, 2 people have a possibility of giving you up to around 15,000 Kenyan shillings. So if you did a very nice left and right, explaining it to using the spiral book where you are drawing, how much money does one gain with one account? What is the income in the first week, second week, third week, fourth week? What if you have 3 accounts? What is the income in the first week, second week, third week, fourth week? If you have explained that properly and they are able to understand how that it flows, how someone is able to make money there. And when you come to this question, you ask them now, how much money do you want to make in your first 6 months? They'll be able to give you a realistic picture. They'll tell you, if I make something like 300,000, that is not bad. If I make something like 50,000, that is not bad. If I'm joining with one account, I think if I hit 50,000 or 30,000, that is not bad. If I'm joining with 15 accounts, if I make something like 400,000 Kenyan shillings in 6 months, that is not bad. This one gives them a realistic figure. And you have to tell them, now for me, I like calculating. If someone tells me that I want to make 500,000 and I'm going to join with 7 accounts, I break it down. I tell them, now you have 7 accounts, this is what you're going to do. This is how many people you need to connect into the business each and every single month. I do it practically so that they understand. And then I ask them, do you think this is something we can do? And they tell me, yeah, I think so. And then I ask them a very simple question. Now, if I support you on one side and you build on the business on one side, it is going to be very easy for you to succeed. And then I tell them, of course, for me to support you, you have to show me that you are worth my support, because I cannot risk putting spillovers under you and then you're not doing anything. It's going to be very hard for you to be able to succeed, because if I'm bringing someone who is going to join under you as a spillover, it means we need to work on these guys. So if I'm working on you on one side, you also have to work on the other side so that we balance the efforts, we balance the input you're putting into our business so that we can be able to succeed as a team. So you have to make them understand. In this business, there is nothing like succeeding without doing anything. We have to coordinate as a team. That is why it is called network marketing. There is teamwork in that. Okay. So if the prospect is positive, plan for the next reappointment and keep building on the prospects. Keep building on them. Keep exposing them to more and more information. That is why you see every week I'm always sending something into our WhatsApp group. Add them to our WhatsApp groups, okay, so that they can be able to experience and get to see more things that we are sharing. We have different WhatsApp groups for people who have learned the business, for people who are planning to join the business, those who have joined the business, those who are leaders, those who are silver executive and above like me, those who have 15 accounts, there is a group for that. Those who have more than 15 accounts like me, those who have 3 accounts, we have so many groups. Those who are building in Cameroon, in South Africa, there are different groups for each and every person. So according to the interest of the prospect, of course you cannot introduce them to all these groups. They'll become confused. So you tell them that as you keep on growing in this business, I will keep on introducing you to big and complex groups. If you get to introduce someone from another country, I will add you to another group for people who are having business partners from all over the world, like that, okay? So you keep on exposing them to more and more business opportunities. Focus on educating your prospects as you prepare them to start the business, okay? So the more you educate them, the more they understand the business, the more they see that growing the business becomes more and more easy, okay? And this one I like telling my prospects that the more you learn about the business, the more you come to understand it. So don't worry. And another thing is that in network marketing, marketing, most people do a very big mistake. After they have introduced you into the business, they tell you, now, I'll wait for you to pay the money. The day you're going to join, you will tell me. That is not good. If you do that, they are going to forget. Most people are not serious with their dreams. That is why they will keep on suffering up to, maybe the time they get old. Most people are not serious about building their dreams. And also building on your dream, moving from lower class to upper class is very tough. It is very hard because you're going to meet people who do not understand that you can succeed from down there to where you are. You're going to meet people with negative intentions. Some of your family members will never believe in you. Some of your friends will tell you become a millionaire and then I'll believe, and things like that. That is what usually happens, okay? So you have to understand that you have to find the right way to keep on exposing your prospects into more and more activities. And that is why we have our WhatsApp groups, and we keep on sharing our status, and we keep on creating content so that people can learn more and more and more things. That is how we do our business, okay? Now, let's move ahead. So I think we have now cleared the training. So the final tip, these are the things that you have to ensure. And then the next thing is, this is where you need a diary, or you need to write somewhere. There is a training that is going to talk about, I think I talked about this one in around, the script number 1 or training number 1, and I talked about tools of trade, and there is somewhere where it says you need to have a diary. So when you're asking the prospect, when are you going to join? How many accounts are you record these things in a piece of paper, you put them somewhere. For me, I like asking these questions so that when you get to join the business, I know how to support you. If you're going to join the business and you're telling me that you need to make 60,000 in the first 6 months, that means 10,000 every month, and you're going to join with 3 accounts or 15 accounts or 7 accounts, that way I am able to understand what is it that you need to do for you to be able to make at least a minimum of 60,000 by the time 6 months come. It is very important. You need to have this information. This one will help you be able to build on your prospect, okay? So when you're asking people these questions and they don't want to answer them, you have to tell them, I'm here to help you. If you feel like you do not want to tell me about what you want to achieve in the next few months, it means you're not ready for success. But when you tell me that I want to start this business with this number of accounts, I am serious, I'm going to join on this day, I'm serious that I want to make this kind of income, it helps me teach you how to achieve. Network marketing is all about you tell me what you want, I tell you what you need to do for you to reach there. If you want to reach where you want to reach the way you have said, you have to do what I'm telling you. You have to follow what I'm telling you. That is how you're going to reach and achieve your targets. So if you're talking to someone and they're resisting, they're not telling you, you ask them, is it that you don't know how to get there, or is it you're scared you're not going to achieve, or is it you do not know how to set the right targets? So you need to ask them so that they tell you. Once they tell you this information, it becomes very easy for you to help them make these targets. Remember, we who are in the business, we have done this business. We know what it takes for you to make this income. We know what it takes for you to get there. So you have to be ready for you to give us the right information to help you reach there. And then another thing, make sure that what you're telling us is going to be a reflection of what you're going to do. If you say that you're going to join with 1 account, make sure you do that. If you say that you're going to join with 3 accounts, make sure you do that. Because if you tell us that you're going to join on this date, or maybe let's say 15th of this month, or maybe or next month, and you're going to join with 1 account, and then it gets to that point, we are talking to you, asking you if you've prepared yourself to join the business, and then you don't want to talk to us. You think that, some people usually think that, our business will not succeed if they don't join. Some people usually think that they are the masters, they are the gods, that if they don't join our business, we are going to fail. My friend, if it gets to that point and, it feels like I have to push you for you to start changing your life, I'll just leave you alone. I'll just move ahead to the next person, because we have so many people who are outside here who are suffering, and they're trying to look for someone to try and help them be able to succeed in this business. So you have to understand that you who is in the business, you are the one who has the prize. And you have to understand that it is your responsibility to find the right people to work with. So make sure that the person you're presenting the business to, you explain to them, you tell them that you need to be the right person in this business if you want to grow with us. And for me, I like telling people that make sure you commit to your targets and goals. Because if it comes to that point where I have to help you get started with the business, and it appears that I have to force you for you to start to be successful, it is not going to be easy for me to build on you. I have other people who are willing to do what I'm telling them without me forcing them. So you have to be this kind of a person who also wants to be supported. And this I usually tell them. I tell them, I have so many people to help, so please make sure that you reach your targets. Just make sure you keep on updating me. I will try my level best to reach out to you, to try and educate you more and things like that, but also try to put in your effort to succeed with me, okay? That makes it very easy for us to succeed, okay? So I believe up to that point you have been able to learn 1 or 2 or 3 things, and this marks the the end of our business presentation, and I believe you've learned how to do a one-on-one presentation. You can do a one-on-one presentation by meeting someone physically. You set up a small meeting, you meet them in a hotel, you buy some little coffee, some little tea, the two of you take, something like that, okay? And then the next thing you can do as a one-on-one, you can meet somewhere, just in a public place. You sit down, you get your phone and a pen and a book, you start doing the presentation. The next thing, if the person is close, maybe is a close friend, you can invite them to your home, or you can go and you can tell them, can I come and visit your home? You organize, we call them home parties. You organize, they come, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 friends, they come, they visit, they come to one of your houses, in one of your friends' houses, you meet there, you do the presentation. The next thing you can do, you can even organize, even maybe when you're going for a vacation. Maybe let's say there is a party somewhere, or there is something like a wedding event somewhere. You tell your friend, when you're coming to this wedding, or maybe when you're coming to this church event, or maybe this celebration, you come with 3 new friends. I'm coming with 3 new friends. The other one is coming with 3 new friends, and we are going to see which one of these friends are going to be able to do what? To come with most friends. And then we are going to present our business idea to all our friends. We just sit down, we make a circle, we divide ourselves. You take my friends, I take yours, like that, and then you do the business presentation. That is how you're going to be doing your one-on-one, okay? And one-on-one is very important, because you get that in a country where most people do not believe in online trainings. Like, most Africans, they do not believe that they can learn something online. I don't know why. They have a phone, a smartphone, they go online, they have Facebook, which is online, they have WhatsApp, which is online, they have the rest of the things which are online. But when it comes to making money, that is where they draw the line, okay? So one-on-one can be very powerful. And you get that personally, I've been doing a lot of one-on-one trainings and physical trainings where people are able to see me, talk, see me interact. And it is also one of the most powerful ways of building the business, okay? So some people, they can succeed with doing online trainings, and others, they can succeed with one-on-ones. So it is you to choose whichever you want, okay? So now that marks the end of our training, and I believe you've learned 1 or 2 or 3 things. Practice these skills, apply them, use them every single day, and you'll be able to grow a very successful business. So cheers.